Don't listen to the hype. The government will not control your farm by utilizing the funding that they have for beginning farmers or new ranchers. Let me explain. Many farmers seek government funding to support and expand their agricultural operations. However, a common concern among them is whether accepting such funding means relinquishes control over what they grow or raise on their farms. The short answer is generally no, but there are important nuances to consider. First, let's understand what a government funding program is. Government funding for agriculture comes in various forms, including grants, loans, and subsidies. Each of these programs has its own set of guidelines and conditions that recipients must follow. While the government does not typically dictate specific crops or livestock, there are some stipulations that can influence your farming choices. Government grants and loans are designed to support various aspects of farming, from infrastructure improvements and technological advancements to sustainable practices and market expansion. These funds can be a lifeline for farmers looking to innovate and grow their operations. However, it's essential to understand the strings attached to this financial assistance. Let's take a look at specific program requirements. Certain funding programs are designed for specific goals in mind. For instance, grants aimed at promoting organic farming or sustainable practices will have requirements related to those goals. If you receive a grant for organic farming, you will need to adhere to organic farming standards. This means following strict guidelines on pesticide use, soil management, and crop rotation to maintain organic certification. Similarly, conservation-focused funding may require you to implement practices like crop rotation, reduced pesticide use, and conservation tillage. These practices are designed to improve soil health, reduce erosion, and promote biodiversity. While these requirements do not control what you grow, they do influence how you grow it, ensuring that your farming practices align with broader environmental goals. Now, let's understand what sustainability and environmental practices are. In an effort to promote sustainable agriculture, many government programs include guidelines on environmental practices. These might involve measures to conserve water, reduce chemical usage, or protect soil health. For example, you might be required to install drip irrigation systems to conserve water or plant cover crops to improve soil fertility. Implementing these practices not only helps you comply with funding requirements, but also enhances the long-term sustainability of your farm. By adopting more sustainable practices, you can reduce input, improve crop yields, and contribute to environmental conservation. This dual benefit of meeting funding criteria while boosting your farm productivity is a key advantage of participating in such programs. Now it comes down to reporting and accountability. When you receive government funding, you are usually required to provide regular reports on your activities, expenditures, and progress towards the program's goals. This accountability ensures that the funds are being used appropriately and as intended. Reporting requirements can include detailed records of farming practices, financial expenditures, and environmental impact assessments. While this doesn't control your crop choices, it does mean that you need to document and sometimes adjust your practices to meet the funding criteria. Keeping accurate records and providing transparent reports not only fulfills funding requirements, but also helps you track the effectiveness of your farming practices. It also helps you identify areas for improvement and make data-driven decisions. Of course, there's legal and regulatory compliances. So let's take a look at that. Regardless of whether you receive government funding, all farmers must comply with local, state, and federal laws and regulations. These laws can affect what and how you grow or raise on your farm. For example, regulations on pesticide use, water rights, and animal welfare are designed to ensure safe and sustainable farming practices. Complying with these regulations is crucial for maintaining your farm's legal standing and reputation. Noncompliance can result in fines, legal actions, and loss of funding. By staying informed about regulatory changes and integrating compliance into your farming practices, you can avoid these risks and ensure the smooth operation of your farm. Now, there are some indirect influences through subsidies. Some subsidy programs can indirectly influence your crop choices. For instance, the U.S. Farm Bill provides subsidies for certain crops like corn, wheat, and soybeans. These financial incentives can make growing these crops more attractive, even though the government does not mandate their cultivation. Subsidies can lower the financial risk associated with farming certain crops, making them a more viable option for farmers. However, relying heavily on subsidy supported crops can limit diversification and make your farm more vulnerable to market fluctuations and policy changes. Balancing subsidy supported crops with diversified farming practices can help mitigate these risks. How do I make an informed decision? Before applying for government funding, it's crucial to thoroughly understand the terms and conditions of the program. This understanding will help you comply with the requirements and make informed decisions about your farming operations. Here are a few steps to guide you. Number one, research funding programs. Look into various government funding options and their specific requirements. Understanding the goals and conditions of each program can help you find the best fit for your farm. Number two, evaluate your farm's needs. Consider how the funding aligns with your farming goals and practices. Assess whether you can meet the requirements without compromising your farm's operation. Number three, seek expert advice. Consult with agriculture advisors or extension services to better understand the implications of the funding. They can provide valuable insights and help you navigate the application process. And number four, plan for compliance. Ensure that you meet the reporting and practice requirements of the funding program. Develop a compliance plan that includes record keeping, regular assessments, and adjustments to your farming practices as needed. While government funding can provide valuable support for your farm, it comes with certain responsibilities and conditions. By understanding these requirements and planning accordingly, you can make the most of the funding while maintaining control over your agricultural operation. Remember, the key is to align the funding opportunities with your farm's goals and practices, ensuring a successful and sustainable farming venture. Participating in government funding programs can open up new opportunities for growth and innovation on your farm. By carefully evaluating your options and integrating sustainable practices, you can leverage this support to enhance your farm's productivity and resilience. Ultimately, the goal is to create a thriving agricultural operation that benefits both your business and the environment. If you'd like to set up a sustainable operation and get funding for your farm or homestead, like, comment, and DM me the word farm so I can send you guys over your free farm business plan template, as well as set up a Zoom call meeting so that we can discuss the next steps and the help that you will need. See you guys soon.